Have a seat. I'll just start right now. Okay, the question is, how can we create more of the ozone? If the ozone was thicker, it would reflect more of the rays of the sun, obviously. And when that happens, there will be no incubation effect on the earth. The earth would be very cold because the ozone is so thick, So the philosophical answer to that question is, do we need a bigger ozone? The ozone is perfect the way it is. It is maintained perfectly also. Why is it maintained perfectly? So that we can survive. Who can survive? We. Who are we? Humans. Humans. Who are humans exactly? Are we animals? Who believes that we are animals? Category of social animals. Today I will break that myth completely today. From now on, after this lecture, you will not consider yourself as animals. Because a simple reason. Do animals plan? Have you ever heard of lion planning tomorrow's timetable?
No.
Have you heard a donkey write poetry?
No.
They cannot foresee. Okay? I am waiting for 10 questions from you still. Exactly, when he said no, yes, no, I know how he answers. I know that is the person who was given the task of 10 questions. I am not living without the questions. So, in the atmosphere, everything is there for a particular reason, for the survival of humans. We are the most highest category of intelligence. You want to hear a small story of what is intelligence? First of all, intelligence is something that keeps on going, like a clock. Do we have a clock? No, we don't have.
Yeah.
We have a clock. It keeps on going. As long as there is power to that thing, that will keep on going, like a cell. Or right now, electricity. Okay, it will keep on going. Something smarter than a clock. Can you guess? Which knows when to stop? I'm giving you a hint. Computer? CPU, a little bit lesser than that. The fridge. The fridge is smart enough to know when to shut off, right? It knows when it's cold enough, then it shuts itself off. It doesn't go up and brrr. It stops. At a particular point, it knows the temperature, the ambience is enough that I'm programmed with this temperature, it shuts off. Clock, fridge, a bit higher than that. What is higher than that? Have you ever heard a fridge giving birth to another fridge? Like a baby fridge has been born by a big fridge. So cells are smarter than a fridge. So we are going higher up. Single cell organisms. Okay? They are smarter than a fridge. Now we are going a bit higher. Plant life. Plant life are still higher because they able to reproduce. Okay? So what is dead and living? Just like existing, and then it's smarter. It's existing when it knows it's to shut off, it shuts off, and then it's still much smarter. It knows how to multiply, like a plant, like a cell, and then after that is like a animal, right? An animal can move. Plants cannot move, and animals can adapt to the surroundings. We can adapt to the surroundings. So after animals comes the human being. Okay. What is after the human being? We are all human beings right now, right? Everybody is a human being. What is more intelligent than a human being? The answer is in the question itself. What is smarter than a human being? The last part is already the answer. Human, collection or collective of a human species. If you want to build a bridge, it will not take one person, two people. It will take more than a team to build a bridge. But if you want to connect it to the intelligence level, single person. Above that, intellectually speaking, a collection of people. Teamwork. Is that right? We cannot build a bridge singularly. I cannot build a bridge with him only. I need a team. Can we build a bridge? No. So we need a team. That's why I am coming here and taking these lectures, because most often than not, the education system actually divides us rather than to combine us together to make teamwork. Education teaches us opposites. Man, woman, opposite. Dark, white, opposite. Dark, light, opposite. When truly speaking, light is there. The absence of light is darkness. Can we agree on that? The absence of the absence of light is darkness, right? But actually it's just a lack of light that we are calling dark. Man and woman are opposites. We are taught from beginning, boy opposite girl. We are co-creators. Man and woman are co-creators, right? And we are told that we are opposites. No wonder we have so many fights. Especially after marriage, we have so many fights. They are opposites, so we should fight the opposite. Okay? Co-creators, collaborators. Okay? So that's the idea. So it went to a philosophical point of view. We have what we have on earth because there's a purpose to it. The purpose is our existence, and our existence is the highest order of intelligence. Yet we are not social animals. We are knowledge order. We are knowledge order because animals cannot plan, animals cannot imagine, right? Can animals imagine? They cannot imagine, they cannot plan out, they cannot map out something. 5-year goals. If I ask you to make a 5-year goal, you will be able to make a 5-year goal. If I ask a lion or animal 5-year goal, I will get a kick on my face or maybe my arm torn off, right? They will not understand. They just understand food, sleeping, multiplying, and maximum survival. So basically animals are surviving. Are we surviving? Or we are living? We are living, right? So what is the proof that we are living? We are still surviving actually. We get up in the morning, we come to school, we eat our food, we go home. We are surviving still. Whoever is existing in the form of living is celebrating. They are celebrating. Human beings that are like in a higher strata of living, they are celebrating each moment of their lives. Are we celebrating today? What have we celebrated? If we are indeed living, have we celebrated today? Have we seen and thanked the plants that have worked so hard? While we were sleeping, they were alive still, so that they can be producing the oxygen and taking in the carbon dioxide, right? Gratitude is the beginning of celebration. When we are in gratitude and in awe of the cycles of nature, we will get to understand how much we are lucky, how much we are qualified, how much we are, because the cycles are always renewing and rejuvenating the energies for us to consume, right? If the sun shuts off for a vacation, son, I want to go for vacation, we will just be dead within how many minutes? The earth will start cooling very fast, right? Because atmosphere is how much, what did I say in the atmosphere? What is above the atmosphere, what is the temperature? We have all seen astronauts, right? They are wearing a space suit, right? What is inside the space suit? Rather, what is behind the space suit? Oxygen gas bottles or whatever. Apart from that, such a big tank kind of thing is there. It approximately half the human height. If you remember it carefully, this thick approximately. This high and this thick. What is that? That big baggage is behind them and they are moving around. It's water, heated water. What is it? Heated water. That heated water is traveling in their jackets and their legs and everywhere. Hot water. And there are pumps there behind on their suit or whatever it's called. Astronaut suit. It has pumps, it has water, and it has heaters, and it has batteries to heat that water up. Because if above the atmosphere, in the space, it is minus 300 degrees Celsius. And that temperature, how much is the temperature of your deep freezer? I'll just try. In the deep freezer, it's -4. Industrial cooling areas, industrial ice cream, those big ice cream, freezers that they have, -10. How much? -10. That's it. That's the lowest that we have gone. Like you can go below that. That you have to go to the scientific laboratories. -10 is the common lowest point you can go in the freezers. -300. How much in space? -300. Can you imagine? What if that pump fails? Ice blocked directly within seconds. You must have seen in movies that visor of them, it cracks and that person's face freezes very fast. You must have seen in movies. Okay. Interstellar, there is a movie about that. It is showing you this. So minus 300, okay? Now minus 300, atmosphere, you ask the question, atmosphere, if you increase the layer of it, the sun's rays will obviously be bounced off because only 1% of the sun's rays are coming, and that 1% is sustaining all life including us. You can see again that same thing is there. We are preserved in this incubator of earth. The Goldilocks theorem that they say. And what for? What is the purpose of us surviving? To exist only, to survive only, or to feel happy? Mankind is supposed to feel happy. Okay? I'll give a simple example. Matter. This is matter, right? Its existence is to stay the way it is, like it's made of atoms, right? Atom's integrity is to stay the way it is for millions and millions of years to come. That is its cyclicity. Everything has a cycle, okay? Its cyclicity is to exist for millions of millions like this. It crumbles, it breaks, it decomposes, yet wood is wood, carbon is carbon, color, paint on top of it is paint. It just decomposes and whatever it does, but still the atomic structure is the same for millions of years. Okay? The cyclicity of plants is to multiply. We are experiencing the sweetness of mango because a mango tree had existed millions of years. Lakhs of years. Millions of years was not even soil was not there. Lakhs of years. Mango plant was there. It continued. So multiplicity of the tree has given us the mango today that it is today. There was a mango tree there once, 1 lakh years ago. Today it's there. Why? Because of the seed. So the multiplying effect is there in the plants. Okay? Animals are there existing to survive. If a dog is sitting there and if I go near it, it will start to run away. If it's not knowing you, it will bark at you. If it's a Alsatian or a Doberman, those heavy kind of dogs. Or if it's a street dogs, it will just start running away from it. It's survival. Okay? So animals are meant to survive. Just for the checking of seeing who is attentive in the class, what is matter? What is the purpose of matter? To exist. Okay? What is the purpose of plants? To multiply, to carry forward the genes of the seed. Okay? Seed through seed, that's how it multiplies. A seed gives birth to another seed that grows to a tree, gives birth to another seed that grows to a tree. It goes on like that. We are also in the same cycle. We have all these properties, by the way. We are also going to survive for 100 years. We are also going to multiply. We are also going to survive. We also have a higher reason to exist. Animals will survive. We are there to be happy. We are there to be happy. Okay? On this earth, right now, there are so many people in conflict. And that's why they are not happy, they are surviving. And in that sense, they are surviving with the sense that they are saying that now the earth is no longer a habitable place. Let's go to Mars, let's survive there. We are not happy here. Whoever is happy will be in line with the cycles of nature, will be in line with the cycle of the trees, will be in line with the structure of the atomic structures. We are not in line with them. That's why we are still surviving. I asked in the morning, are we grateful to the cycles that are happening right now? Are we grateful to the air that is flowing? Corona had given us a glimpse of what happens when your lungs collapse. That thing is slowly happening in the atmosphere right now. Right? With the carbon molecules being abundantly taken off from the ground earth and then being burnt into the atmosphere, creating a smog-like effect for the greenhouse gases to multiply. Now that is actually capturing the sun's rays which were supposed to leave the atmosphere. Now the carbon layer has made it like a blanket. So all the rays of the sun are coming in, they are not able to go out again. Even that just 1% is coming in was supposed to leave, but it's not allowed to leave by the carbon blankets that we have created artificially. Okay? Nature or God or had planned it perfectly. We have messed up with the cycles. That's why my lecture with the cycles of nature here. And I'm also hopping between philosophical point of view and the physical point of view, because those are very two fundamental parts of understanding this whole theory of why we are existing. Okay? So, shall we start with my presentation? That was the answer to your question. Why the atmosphere is the way it is. What if we start increasing it? We can start increasing, but it's not in our capacity. One tree is creating a financial reimbursement of 5 crores. How much? 5 crores. It creates oxygen, it takes up dust, it takes up carbon dioxide. You create a machine that does the same thing, you will need 5 crores for one tree. That's the capacity, that's the financial balance that you can bring for a tree. One tree, 5 crores. Okay? Because that's the amount of machinery, that's the amount of scientific knowledge, that's the amount of discipline that is working day and night. Machines will also work, but they'll also need energy. They are working at minimal energy. They are making the least amount of noise. In fact, they are making no noise, and they are mining. Are they mining right now? Yes, they are. Their roots are going deep into the the rock. What is it called? That bedrock, right? It's going into those bedrock. It's dissolving the minerals there with its roots. It's penetrating the rock with nitric acid, fluoric acid, and hydrochloric acid. Just like our stomach, those acids are being released into the bedrock. It's pulling up nutrients from there. These colorful leaves are not made from the topsoil. They're made from the minerals that are found down there. And then those minerals are brought up into the foliage and dropped on the surface of the earth. This cycle continues for millions of years, and this is what we see, the black topsoil that we have today. Millions of years of work of millions of trees have reimbursed us with the topsoil, 1 foot, 2 foot, whatever it is, of black fertile soil that we see. Below that is just rock, completely uncultivatable. You cannot grow plants into it, very salty, maybe there are a lot of salts there, you know. So this is the beauty that we are given, we are bestowed. And what we do with that is really shameful and harmful. We cover the topsoil with cement, with roads, with buildings, right? So the first day I came here, I showed you a glimpse of you of a future self. Don't harm the air, don't harm the water, don't harm the earth. And we are doing it still. We will keep on doing it unless we know the right cycles, why it's there, you know. There are enough clothes in this world. There are enough metals that we have extracted from the earth's surface. There is enough gold, there is enough silver, there is enough iron, there is enough aluminum. Everything has been mined enough. We don't need to do any more mining. We do not need more hoarding of things. Hoarding, you know what was hoarding? For example, I have this shirt, okay? And then I buy 10 more shirts like this. And I keep them in my house, in my closet, or in my cupboard. That's called hoarding. How many shirts do I wear? One shirt. Maximum I need is 2 or 3 shirts. Yet I'm buying how many? 10. So what is that meaning? Hoarding. And that's what the market does to you as the consumer. They treat you like a consumer. When you're not a consumer, they make you feel that you are less by showing you advertisements. They make you feel shamed of your body. And then you feel, okay, oh, I need to go to the gym, I need to work out, I need to have more clothes. They make you feel ashamed of your level of integrity that you are. You are what you are, you are perfect. But they make you imbalanced. And with that imbalance, they start feeding you with that market philosophy. That you wear this kind of clothes, you wear this kind of car, you drive this kind of car, you build this kind of house, then you'll get the respect that you need. Don't we feel that sometimes? We feel that sometimes. Sometimes we see the advertisement of a burger, we want to go to McDonald's. Sometimes. Happens. With me also it happened. But after I realized that maida is very bad for the stomach, I stopped, going to the McDonald's. In fact, if you look at my water bottle there is coconut water inside. What is there inside? Coconut water. Why? The body needs electrolytes. I am speaking for maybe 1 hour to 1.5 hours. So my body will be depleted of electrolytes. So what I do is I bring and I replenish it with electrolytes. This is knowing the cycle of the body. What we do is We buy snacks, we buy biscuits, we buy these kind of things that the market tells us to buy, and they are not exactly adding to our existence. They are harming our cycles inside. The cells are fighting so hard to remove those toxins. And the point comes when the body will say, enough thieves come into your homes, how many thieves will you stop? You can stop one thief. You can stop 2 thieves. 5 thieves. When the thieves are 100 thieves, you will just sit down the chair and let the thieves run the show. Does it happen sometimes? Just imagine. That's what's happening with our body. Our body is bombarded with air quality which is very less. By the way, Mundra and Bhuj and all these areas have very good air quality. So you guys are lucky that way. The moment you step into cities, severe air conditions, not air conditioned AC, but severe air quality. Delhi is something like 375 right now. 375 when we are still in 60, 70 air quality index. Okay? How lucky we are. Every breath that we take is actually giving us life. Whereas where you go there, it's like indirectly smoking. You are not smoking, but you are just inhaling the Delhi air, and it's just like smoking. You know, that's how worse the air quality is. Okay, so we have jumped in a lot of topics, but I think you're getting the drift. How we need to respect ourselves first. You start with ourselves, with our family, then you keep on expanding from there to your society, then to your city, then to your nation, then to your country, like that. So it starts with you, then your family. So that's what we are here to do. Okay? Any more questions? See, when one question can lead to this kind of information, imagine how many students you are here. Huh? 49 plus 10 from him. So that is 59 questions. How much information you will get? Imagine. Anyone else has a question?
In the last class, you said that ozone layer is recovered by lightning. So nowadays, lightning is so frequent. So it is because the ozone layer has a hole in it, or it is because of global warming?
Okay. As we had earlier, it's a theory, but as we had spoken of this theory, that everything exists for our existence to perform properly. Okay, so it can be said that where there is more lightning, there is more ozone created. What is that actually doing? It's cooling the planet, right? That's what we said. If the ozone increases, it cools the planet. Why does the planet need cooling? Because we have heated it up, right? So the planet needs cooling. So that's what it's doing. So simple for us to survive. Now, maybe millions of us will die in the cold. Like right now, so many poor people are there. They don't have a shelter because we have closed our doors. Okay, you are separate from me and this is my home. I don't allow strangers to come in. This cyclicity is there, that we are all one human being species. It's written in our pledge, right? That all humans are equal knowledge, everything is there, everything. Yet when we see the poor people, we close our doors to them. When we see poor people, we don't allow them right necessity to education. We don't allow them to come in our homes. We don't allow them to. So many things are there. No? One way that we do, the worst way without even knowing it ourselves, is by being rich. Can you imagine? We are having enough resources, yet we keep on dreaming of becoming rich. We want to own a car. We want to own a Ferrari. And what are we doing exactly indirectly? We are taking the resources from nature, from people who could have had that money because it was out there in the market. Now you pulled it in with your name, in your name, and then now you are disbursing it to some companies or some things or some products. Saddam Hussein was going into potty with a golden toilet. Do you know that? He had made a golden toilet to sit on potty. What is the point of this? I am not getting. He has to flush it anyways. This is the kind of mindset. See, I am showing you the extreme, but we are nowhere far from that. The moment we go to the marketplaces, we have felt less already. And then we start doing that thing. Start getting rich. मैं तुमको दिखाऊंगा. मेरे पास भी गाड़ी आएगी बड़ी. I am allowed to speak Hindi, no? Maybe I'll be fined then afterwards. कि sir has spoken so 50 rupees. Okay? So the ozone is doing what it's doing because it wants to maintain a Normalcy. And it's finding that normalcy by creating more ozone, because that's the need of the hour. Like right now, what is the need of the hour? To tell you all these stories, details, and to give you a PPT presentation. That is the need of the hour. I could be sitting in an AC office and doing business. I don't want to do that, because that's not the need of the hour. Tomorrow the earth might stay or not stay. Right? So this is the need of the hour. Happiness is being in line with the cycles. I am being happy right now because I am in line with the cycles. I know the body cycles, the cycles of my body, what it needs, what it recovers from the system. I feed it right. I go on to my circle, my family. I know what my wife wants, what she requires. I give her space to grow also. I go above that. What the society needs, then you guys come in that place. What does the society need right now? It needs an awakening call. What does it need? In fact, I've written a poem for you guys. I was wanting to share it. Let me just share it. This is a good time to share it. Last time I came here, then I went home and I was inspired by you guys. Because this is dedicated to all of you. Ignite young mind. Now this is, I'm speaking like, listen to me as if I'm speaking to you. I am speaking in singular terms. Ignite young mind. You are a young mind. Ignite young mind. Before ignorance becomes your bliss. Ignorance means knowing something is wrong, but you still do it, but you don't know that it's wrong. That's why you still do it, keep on doing. Before ignorance becomes your bliss. Dare to ride the storm on your shoulders. You are wise and will not falter. Dare to ride the storm on your shoulders. Take the pain. Ride the storm on your shoulders. You are wise and will not falter. Ignite young mind. You are no longer a child. You are teenagers, right? You are no longer children. Okay? Let the mediocre talk. जो बातें करते रहते उसको बात करने दो. Let the mediocre talk. Their small talk, shallow depth like snowflakes. They will fall and they will wilter away. Let them talk. Okay? I want you to talk deep, rooted within you, your God. People are not rooted with their gods. This poem will continue. This is much I have written for today. Okay? Talk deep, rooted from within you. Like there is a God sitting in you. You talk like that. Okay? And you are wise. When can you be labeled be wise? How can one become wise? Are you 100% wise right now? No. Okay. So how do you become wise? By listening. Gaining knowledge by sight. First of all, the books you have. First of all, the experiences that you have from the outside world. That is how you become wise. Okay? For 43 years, imagine, I have always prayed for one thing, and that is to be surrounded by good teachers, by good mentors. And fortunately enough, I have found them. I found them in books, I found them in teaching, in teachers. I found them in good students who provoke me. There was a small girl, I remember, she used to come in the tuition. And she asked me a question. Sir, if a chicken or a chick is inside the egg and it has lungs and it is alive when the egg is still closed, the egg is closed, right? It has lungs, it's breathing. How does it breathe inside the shell? I was like baffled. Oh my God, yaar, how? Sahi hai. There is no straw that is coming out of the egg. How does it breathe? Then I researched it and I found out that the shell has microscopic holes in it. The egg that you see so solid, oh my God, is solid, nothing is leaking, but there are microscopic holes in it which the exchange of gases are happening, and it is breathing from those exchange of gases. Can you imagine? There are small cracks on the egg. So when you crack an egg, somebody, you can just say that the egg was already cracked. I just cracked it more on your head. Okay? So I learned that because the child asked me the question. So that's how I'm saying. I learned by answering your questions also. Okay? Let's start with the slides before it gets too late. At the end, we'll also take some questions. If anybody wants to ask a question, they can ask before this thing starts up. This laptop is 10 years old, by the way. It's running Linux. Linux is an open source system. I'm telling you the secrets because I'm doing what I am preaching. I don't work on Windows. Windows is for people who don't have gates. Bill Gates has created his own Windows and he has earned millions from it. Let him earn. I don't want. I want freedom. Freedom is Linux. Okay. Linux runs 30% faster. Okay. And that's why this 10-year-old laptop can still cook up presentations and run like it's running today, a new workstation, right? Because it's working at 30% efficiency than Windows. Okay. So A. Nagaraj, this is his philosophy. Philosophy of coexistence. Coexistence means everything out there is existing, that's why we are existing. Everything out there is existing, that's why we are existing. The motto that you normally see is live and let live, right? You've heard of that motto? Live, that means you live and you allow others to live also. This guy is saying let live and you live. When you allow the other things to live, that's when you will also be able to exist. So existence, as we see it, is coexistence. Everything is codependent, coexisting, interdependent on each other. That's how we are alive. Can we agree on that? Oxygen itself, the very life force that we are breathing in, is made by something else than us, right? So we are coexisting with the plants. Once we know that harmony, we are going to be happy. Once we don't know that harmony, what will we do? We will go out to survive on Mars. That's what we are doing right now. Burning the fuels of the earth to go to Mars to survive. Still, we're not going to be happy there because we'll still be exploiting there. Happiness comes from within when you know the cyclicity, when you know the reason of all these matter elements that are there for us to be happy. It takes so little to be alive, right? Yet we think that we don't have enough market forces making us feel less than we are, and that's where all the problems keep on starting. It actually starts from within us. We are feeling less of ourselves. That's where it starts. And that's what I'm trying to show you by making you aware of the gratitude, through gratitude, what the gifts that we are given as a heritage. Each and every one of us are given a heritage of abundant gifts. Okay? Ever since man wants to know this world functions, we want to know how the world functions. Every kid or every human being is curious. That's why we have scientists, that we have all these people trying to look into how the world works. You have seen this evolution theory, right? We started from the single cell organism, then multicellular, then the fish, then the monkey, then the human being at the end. Okay? How do we do it? We want to study everything. How do we do it? With various subjects like physics, magnetism, and that's how we get the sound. We all know that, right? Lightning, ozone, we create this. Static electricity is also a miniature lightning. Chemistry, we try to learn the world through chemistry. We try to learn the world through mathematics. We try to learn the world through biology. We try to learn the world through zoology. Anthropology. You know, when I'm making these slides, I'm actually making it the way that you would enjoy it. I know what is anthropology, but I deliberately put this thing because it was very cute, hai na? Psychology. You know what's the biggest problem of this world is? You know Switzerland? Yes. The most finest, rich-looking country. Switzerland has the highest suicide rate. Can you imagine? People want to kill themselves because of they want to live. They don't know how to live. They are in disharmony with themselves, and that's why they kill themselves. Psychology. It's the biggest problem. It's starting in India also. We didn't have mad people enough in India. Now we are starting to have mad people in India. There are psychiatrists more in India right now. मानसिक बीमारियाँ हो गई है चालू इंडिया में because of material possessions. We have so much material possessions and yet we have no family. So that's why the person becomes mad. Okay? So many IAS people have committed suicide. You must have seen that. Have you heard of that? आदमी IAS बन गया. He has killed himself. IAS is the topper, no? The highest you can achieve education wise and even financially you are given a very good package. But they have killed themselves in India itself. Okay? मानसिक बीमारी बढ़ रही है. Okay? Cosmology, we try to study the nature in the world through cosmology. So all these are subjects that we do so to understand the world. Astrology, ye kab kaise hoga? What kind of color should I wear so that I can become rich? What kind of rings should I wear? Huh? Let me wear like Salman Khan, that bracelet. I will become like Salman Khan. And astrology. So, 4 orders we discussed. The matter, materials, matter. After that is plants. This cyclicity of it is to exist. The cyclicity of this is to multiply. The cyclicity of this is to survive. Are you with me? The cyclicity of human being is to be happy. ठीक है, खुश रहना. To be happy. We need to be happy. Okay, that's how we actually feel alive. Otherwise, we are just existing like animals. There is no difference between this and this. Ultimately, if you are not happy, okay. Humans have also tried to understand some abstract realities, but remain in conflict there. Respect, love, gratitude, God, religion. These are in light color. You may not be able to see there. But abstract realities also, we are trying to understand what is respect, what is love, what is gratitude, God, religion. You know, this is the second time I've come here and there is no voice, no noise at all. Why the respect part is coming automatically? Do you know why? Because suddenly you have understood that this person is knowledgeable. This person is knowledgeable. Am I stupid? Who will say I'm stupid? Nobody is saying I'm stupid. Thank God. I am knowledgeable. So knowledge gives you respect. Any time that somebody thinks or somebody feels that they will get respect by having a big car or a big house or a big, Ferrari or whatever, you are going to be fooling yourself. And that's what the world is doing right now. Anybody who has money, they are running after these things, material things, and they're trying to fill the gap of material things, filling up the gap or the void of respect. Respect is something eternal. You cannot fit it with any material things, and that's why one house is not enough, 2 houses is not enough, 10 houses with 10 rooms each will not be enough to gain you respect. In fact, you will be looked upon with frowning. He must have stolen the money. How can he have 10 rooms, houses with 10 in different places? France, Germany, he has so many houses. He must have stolen the money. So the person wanted respect. He gained so much money. He took away so much resources from so many people by making them work hard, 12 hours, 13 hours, making them forcefully work hard. He took their money. He made that profit and made 10 houses so that he could gain respect. And at the end, what was he getting? It's in Twitter, you will see that people, just yesterday, in fact today's tweet, who's that Infosys CEO? Infosys CEO, some Murthy, what is his name? He bought a 50 crore house in Bangalore, and people have tweeted, literally telling him, you are making your employees work 12 hours and you yourself are buying 50 crore house. They've tweeted on his and tagged him, how are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Never will you get the respect by money or by fame or by anything like that. In fact, those people have the most biggest viruses in their heads. Just like people who want to run to some cities, some fashionable cities like New York, London, UK, all these places, and you get to realize how much racism is there, how much problem is there, how much the air quality is so bad, you will get to realize and remember what you had left behind. Such calmness, such tranquil weather you have, 6 seasons you have in India, people are flying out of this country, just like that. I have found out that solace within me, myself, that I want to stay in India, even though I am not a citizen of India. I think you remember that, right? Who remembers my native town or country? Kenya. Kenya is my country, where I was born. I think I'll bring my passport so that you can have proof that this guy is real. Maybe there is a picture in the computer of the passport. Anyways, I think you trust me, no? Yes. Kenyan passport holder. Yet I'm staying in India. I'm having my passport stamp every 2 years to stay in India. Visa for staying in India. I'm foolish, no? People call me foolish at least. Why are you staying in India? People want to fly out of here. Because I found the solace, spirituality, 6 seasons, good air quality here, right? And we still don't want to understand the reality, and we want to fly out of these good places that we are, okay? Yeah, so we just touched upon one thing, respect. A lot of things are governed by love. Now, what we are getting confused is with romantic love and love that is existing. There is something called caring love. Does our mom love us? Our parents love us, right? Is that love suffocating us? No, it is allowing us to grow. Okay, so that is the kind of love we are speaking here. We'll talk about gratitude also. These things are intangible. Can we touch gratitude, thankfulness? Can we touch love? Can we touch respect? No, but they are governing everything that we do. Aren't they governing? If you don't trust someone, will you do what they say? If in the street somebody comes to you and says, you come with me, I have something to show you, will you go with them? But if you trust someone, that person who you are trusting will also have equal amount of responsibility to give you the right judgment, and then he will say, you trust me, right? Let's go, do something. Let's go to this place. This is the right place. You will enjoy this place. Because you trust them. How do you trust someone? Since you guys are teenagers, I'm telling you this. How do you trust someone? Knowing them properly. How do you know somebody properly? Talking. Spending time. Who said that? Spending time. The sun rises and sets. For how many years? Millions and millions of years in the past and in the future also. You can actually design a calendar after 1 million years. What will be Sunday? What will be Monday? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever it is. After 1 billion years, you can design it today, because the sun is predictable in nature. It is time that we know it has done this much work for this many years. The time it has done this is so and so predictable. That means in the future it will also be so and so. Predictability. We trust someone because we see its predictability. है ना? Are we getting somewhere? Is anything confusing? You raise your hands quickly, because I'm going a lot of topics very fast. We can trust a dog, we can trust a lion. The lion will bite us, the dog will run away from us, whatever. Can we trust a human being? Why?
Because it is unpredictable.
Human beings are unpredictable. But they can be predictable once they start knowing the cyclic nature. Okay? So I think I have a lot of questions from you also still waiting, but we have also our time to also slow down and stop. So I'll leave you now with a small idea of whatever you have learned today, write it down so that you can also be remembering it. Okay? Whatever you have learned and heard today, so that you can also remember it. Okay? How was the class? Nice. Thank you. So we'll meet again, fortunately, whenever His Father allows us, we'll meet again. Okay? Thank you.